$61 billion in U.S. military aid to Ukraine and the provision of long-range ATACMS missiles to the Ukrainian army have given the Kremlin propagandist a signal for panic statements. Russia expects strikes on Kerch Bridge any day now. However, the structure is not in the best condition as it is. For months now, trains carrying fuel have not been allowed to pass there.
The Crimean bridge does not provide the necessary amount of military logistics. Maybe cars, even military lorries, can still drive across it. But full-fledged trains, for example with fuel, have been standing at Tamань for months already, because the Russians are not sure that bridge will be able to withstand this cargo after the damage it sustained. Dmytro Platenchuk, head of the Strategic Communication Center of the Southern Defense Forces, on the air of the Ukrainian telephone.
Dmytro Platenchuk stressed that military logistic facilities in Crimea, temporarily occupied by Russia, are legitimate targets of the Ukrainian armed forces. The Kerch Bridge is an absolutely unnecessary construction. According to the New York Times, quoting a senior Pentagon official, the United States has confirmed that Ukraine can use long-range weapons in the territories occupied by the Russian army, including Crimea. Ukraine has received long-range Storm Shadow and SCALP missiles from Britain and France. Kyiv is also asking Germany to provide Taurus missiles, and Pentagon said that armed forces of Ukraine would receive ATACMS in a new aid package.
This is a very accurate and serious weapon that makes the Russian occupiers twitch in their desire to find quieter places to hide their logistics, control points, bases and everything that has to do with the military complex.
ATACMS missiles with a range of up to 300 kilometers are serious weapons for hitting the necessary targets. Ukraine will increase the number of long-range strikes on Russian territory, UK Armed Forces Commander Anthony Radakin said in an interview with the Financial Times. This means that Kyiv will be able to seriously influence the course of military operations and will also overload the Russian air defense system, experts say.
100 missiles can destroy the land corridor that the Russian army is trying to build, because they realize that the Crimean bridge is doomed, and the land corridor, which has small crossings and hubs, can be destroyed by 100 missiles.
The destruction of the Kerch Bridge is inevitable, analysts have said. According to The Guardian, the elimination of the Kerch Bridge will strengthen Ukraine's position on the way to the liberation of the occupied peninsula.
I think the bridge will be destroyed because it is a legitimate target. It serves the interests of the Russian occupation and war against Ukraine. So targets like that may be a good enough reason for us to use a few hundred or even 1,000 of these missiles.
The Kerch Bridge has been attacked twice in October 2022 after a truck explosion. Two half sections of the road part of the bridge collapsed and the railway tracks were damaged. In July 2023, the Kerch Bridge was attacked again by Sea Baby drones. After that, the Russian fenced off the structure with special booms. But will that help? It is time to take a photo of a Kerch Bridge, says Lithuanian ambassador to Sweden, Linas Linkevičius. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.